Hello everyone, it's Ryan with My Listing Club. Today I'm excited to announce a new partnership with the folks behind the Admin 2020 WordPress plugin. It's a plugin essentially to supercharge your WordPress admin dashboard. So today we're going to be running through what this plugin looks like on the back end on a My Listing website, kind of go over some of the things that it does, as well as show you the guide that was written and show you how to get the deal that we've been able to procure with their team. So if you go to our website and under resources, go to our guides, you'll find the post here. It's the last one made. So first in line, it runs through the plugin in pretty good depth. A lot of screenshots to show you what to expect and whatnot. One of the key things that might come up as a question is, will it affect site speed? No, it won't. It runs on the back end, so it will not slow down your website. Everything is modular too, so if you have any worries on the back end, which you're not going to have any slowness there, but if you are concerned, you can turn off stuff. Even if you have everything active, it doesn't slow anything down, but you can turn stuff off if you want. The argument actually is that depending on the website and the plugins that you have installed, just having this installed might speed up your site because you can reduce certain plugins. For example, if you have a plugin that does roles for the menu, roles permissions for the menu viewing, this plugin already does that. So you might be able to get rid of a plugin like that. That's just one example. Okay, one of the links I'd like to draw attention to is the Save the Money link. Any of our members get 10% off of their purchase. So if you just click this link here, that'll take you to the deal. You can also get to it from our deals page. All right, here. Okay. So this is the solution itself. It's the Admin 2020 theme website. They call it a theme, but it's just a plugin. It's a kind of a theme for your dashboard, if you want to call it that. But if we look at the pricing here, I mean, it's super reasonable. $20 for an entire year, plus our 10% discount. If you do multiple websites, you might want to consider the lifetime unlimited website deal. Personally, I have not tried the free version. I just went straight for the Pro because of all of the features that it has. But you can get a comparison here. Okay. I'd also just like to say that if you look at their feature requests and their change log, it's clear that they're listening to their customers and welcoming feedback. During this process, my work with them has shown me how responsive and open to things they are. For example, I brought up an issue with some CSS on the back end for my listing components, and they took the time to write some, which I will share with everyone. They're actually working on more of that for us. So anyway, just great stuff, great team. So without further ado, let's just see what this thing looks like. So here we have the plugin activated on a MyListing website. You'll see it's a pretty drastic change. This is the main overview page that you will start with. We call these cards here. All of these cards can be reorganized however you want. We're now looking at all the cards available to us. If you only want to see analytics, only want to see WooCommerce stuff, only want to see the general WordPress stuff, you can. Also, if you click on this little icon up here, you can turn stuff off if you want to clean up your view and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. If we look at our avatar up here, click on it. Gives you a nice link to go view your website. This does not open in a new tab, so just keep in mind you might want to open that in a new tab. You can also click on this to view your profile. One thing of note too is if you have any updates that are available, it's going to show in here in this nice little sidebar, and the same for notifications. There are There are a couple minor issues with the notifications right now. But in the next release, they tell me it will be fixed. So basically, like if you get an alert of some sort, trying to think of one, license is invalid or whatever, it's going to appear in here. What's really nice about that is they won't stack on top of each other like you've normally seen in a WordPress admin dashboard. So it just kind of puts them out of the way. It'll tell you there's an alert, but it just kind of takes it out of the way and cleans up your view. It doesn't get in the way, in other words. Especially important too, like if a non-technical person logs into your website or their website, and they start seeing all these alerts, they might wonder what the heck's going on and get freaked out or just plain annoyed. So it's nice just to have those off to the side. While we're in here, if we click on preferences, we can turn on screen options, and I'll show you what that is. Go ahead and refresh the page here. That gives us this icon up here at the top. And if you're in a page like, say, your listings, and you click on that, it gives you what you're accustomed to. You know how many items to show per page, categories. You can expose the slug if you're actually in a listing, or what a post or whatever. I like to leave that on. Keep that up there. If we go back in here, something that might really excite people visually is dark mode. And this works really well. The only issue I've found is with, and you can expect this, they can't have the perfect CSS for every theme out of the box. So that's not a problem. This little menu item here is the main thing left to fix, and they are working on some CSS. But we can also add our own CSS to this to fix this. It's really simple. And then there's a CSS area actually in this plugin, or you can just add it to wherever you typically add your CSS. Okay, so really cool, really flexible stuff. If we go back to our overview here on the cards, this just really pops off when you're in dark mode. Really like the look of it. Okay, so back to our cards here. These can be rearranged in any order. Also, if you can set ranges for your analytics. That's pretty cool. If you click on this icon, you can toggle certain things off that maybe are not important to you, or you just don't care about. So that's your analytics. This will be all of your WooCommerce sales will be in here. I don't have any on this staging site to show. These are the general pieces of WordPress, the version, PHP, how many plugins you have installed. So for example, let's just say we don't care about recent comments. Click on this. Refresh. And as we see, recent comments are gone. Let's go ahead and turn all those back on. Okay, so those are all back. One of my favorite features of this plugin is search. Let's say we were now ready to dive into our. Actually, before that, let's just say we want to set anything that has to do with listings. So let's just start typing in listings, and there you go. Listing stats, listing types, listings, paid listings, anything with the word listing in it. Really cool stuff. So now let's just check out the admin 2020 stuff. There we go. In here in the modules, this is again basically illustrating how modular this plugin is. Meaning you can toggle off things you don't use just to clean up the view or whatever. So if you don't need analytics, just toggle it off until you need it. Okay. Admin bar. Because we are in dark mode now, we need to look at the dark column here, not the light, just the dark. So we can set an icon here, and it's actually kind of interesting. This icon also applies to the admin login screen, which you will see if you look at the guide. Actually, I'll just pull that up here. Yeah, let's do a search for it. Well, admin is not the right word, considering this whole thing is about that. There we go. There you go. So that's pretty cool. You can see this is the logo we've defined right here. It looks really clean. Okay, so that's what we're defining here, and you can set the background to match what we have here if you want, or it could be completely different. You can disable it, the admin bar, based on the role or even the user. So that's really cool. Won't go into all of this stuff, but it's just powerful, all the stuff you can do here. Under menu, we need to stay on the dark side. But let's say we want to change this left-hand menu here. If you just click that, let's just make it somewhat, maybe a little lighter. Save, refresh our screen. There we go. Now we see it's a little lighter. Okay. Let's go back there. Maybe you want to disable the entire menu right here on the left-hand side for a role. You can do that, or the user. If you want to disable the search option I showed you, or if you want to just collapse it by default. This whole menu by default, you can collapse it. Under theme, again, you can lock it down by user or roles. We're using the default background color, but let's just say we want to lighten that up. Cool. Change all of that. Let's go back in there. Let's put all of this back to the defaults. This is our accent color, and if you've used, or primary color, either way you want to refer to it. If you use MyListing at all, you know what the accent color you set in the theme options under theme tools up here. It's the same thing. Once you set that, your buttons and icons will reflect that color. So that's what we've got there. Let's save and actually go back to our menu and put everything back the way it was. All right, so now we're back to where we were. This is the login, admin login. So this right here again. This will set a background image if you want. Again, possibly could eliminate a plugin if you've got like a login theme plugin. This could eliminate that. Got dark mode set, and you can actually do a redirection on login too. Moving over to folders, this is just locking down the content folders, which we will look at here in a minute for roles or users. This is really cool. You can add a video to your dashboard, and then that creates video cards in this overview section here. So maybe you want to create some onboarding videos or something like that. That would be really cool. So let's go back to our admin. Okay. We have our analytics attached already, but if you want to change the account or whatever, or the view, you could remove the account here and sign back in and change your view. Moving on to WooCommerce, same thing. If you just want to hide the cards based on a role or user. Content, which we'll go over in a second. This is our CSS provided by the Admin 2020 team to help with MyListing. So you can add a custom JavaScript or CSS, hide this area for users or based on the role. But you can actually, I would probably, if it was me, just disable this module altogether. Just because there's other areas in the theme to add this information, or even better, the code snippets plugin is what I recommend. So anyway, you can adjust that if you'd like. Menu editor, which we're going to go over in a second. Again, lock it down, not lock it down, whatever you want to do. Another really cool feature is you can export all of these settings and plop them into another website where you have this installed. Really cool, especially if you run multiple websites or for clients or whatnot. You can export it, import this config in, and off you go. Okay, while we're down here in this section, let's click on this menu editor. This is awesome stuff. So here we see it. Overview, theme tools, listing types, listing. It's all in order here. See on the left-hand side. So let's just move theme options or theme tools up and save. Refresh our screen. There we go. So what's really cool about this is you can just move stuff that's more important to you to the top, or group it together differently, you know, that sort of thing. And then you've got these separators. That's this gap right here. Okay. So, you know, if listings are super important, which they are, you know, put those at the top. Listing types, et cetera, et cetera. If you don't like what you've done and you want to back out of everything, you know, you can reset the menu. Okay, if you click into one of these, let's click into listings and expand this. I can rename the listings menu item to whatever I want. Let's call it listings are awesome. And we'll set an icon. Won't spend too much time on this, but let's just say that, I don't know, whatever, bold. Awesome. All right, and let's save that and refresh. We now see that this says listings are awesome, and there is our icon that we made. Let's go back into that. Let's take this back out, and we'll just leave the icon. That's fine. Again, you can, based on the roles or the user, you can hide that. So if you have a client, you don't want them to access certain things, you know, you can do that. Again, possibly get rid of another plugin. So really cool stuff there. So let's just say you've got, I don't know, something that's not very useful. This WooCommerce marketing stuff. I'm not sure anyone uses that. So let's just say you go in here, change the link. Change the link to be the club's website. Just see what happens. There we go. Really cool stuff. I mean, obviously you may not want to link to an external website, but you could. So let's go back into here. Another use case that comes to mind. Just make better use of this. Let's say tutorials or listing 101 even. You know, let's just pretend that the homepage of the MyListing Club was on your actual. You know what? I take that back. Let's do that. Let's just make a real world example of this. I've turned off a lot of plugins, so this is why this looks so wonky. I know for sure there's a listing 101 page. Cool. So let's just pretend this was all designed. I've turned off Elementor and a lot of other stuff, but let's go back here to this. Let's just plop this in. I don't know, give it some icon. It has to do with educating people. Let's just make it info. Save. Refresh. There we go. Listing 101, and that links to our Listing 101 page. So in short, it makes better use of some of these I call them stupid links that WooCommerce fills the dashboard with. So anyway, really awesome stuff. That's the menu editor. Okay, I think we're running down to the final bits here. I'm sure something else is going to pop up. Yes, content. Big one. So if you click on this content here, totally revamped media library, content, everything's just consolidated in one place. So yes, you can go to your pages and all that stuff, the same as you did before. But under the content, everything is just all in one spot. So you've got your pages and your posts. Your elements or templates are even in here. Listings. Tells you the status and whatnot. Products are in here. Just really cool stuff. The search is really off. Let's just say let's look at some search here. So let's just say we've got this Airbnb demo listing. Let's just type in air. Oh, what happened there? There we go. Airbnb. So there's our listing. And you see, it's like it's using instant search, so it's just coming right up for you. No clicking save or clicking search or anything. Just after you click search once and type in your search, it just comes up. So really cool stuff. Let's go back out here and just clear our search. Let's try the filter option here. Let's say we want to see listings that are by a certain year. Obviously, they're all 2020, so let's just say 2019. So we have no listings. Okay, or you want to see all of the listings that were dropped on your site in March. Okay, and then users, of course. So really cool stuff. So let's go back. Let's clear out our filter here. So let's look at, I've actually never clicked on to view details for listings. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Huh, I've done it with media. I've not done it with listings. That's really cool. So we got when it's published. Wow, I can change the status. Sorry, I am on the fly here learning. This is new. I missed this part. You can set the categories. That is wild. Okay. Even edit the text. Jeez. So let's see, they give you a link to view it. That's cool. Looks like you can toggle. Oh, cool. You can even go to the next. Sorry, I'm like getting excited about this in real time here. It tells you even the size that it's taking up in the database. Or is that an image? That might be an image. Okay, that's an image. Well, still cool. Well, we'll look at that here in a second. That's really wild. So we have the duplicate listings plugin. Okay, but ours is the front end, so okay. So this isn't anything to do with ours. I was like, what's going on with that? Anyway, so I just duplicated a listing in the back end from that little, that is, and then it shows it's in draft mode. All right, this is definitely an unrehearsed video, so bear with me. That's pretty cool stuff. All right, so let's go back. Let's go to media. This is a really cool feature here. So if we click on an image, let's say we want to edit this sucker. Let's first view the details like we did that listing. We can see how much space is taking up in the database, the dimensions, the size, all of the attributes. This is all stuff you can get out of the regular WordPress, but this is kind of cool how they lay it out. This is where the power comes in. If you click edit, you get this full image editor here. This can definitely eliminate either a plugin or a third-party tool that you might be using or paying for. So you don't even have to, for your workflow, you don't have to leave WordPress. So let's just say we want to make this grayscale. Click the button. Trying to think what else. I mean, there's just so many things we can do. Crop it. Let's see what else we can do. There's so much we can do. Flip it. Crawl on it. Shapes. Anyway, it's just wild. All the stuff that you can do with this. And then after you're done, you can save a copy, and so that your original is fine, and whatever. Or just click save if that's how you want it to stay. Yeah, just really cool stuff here. Delete the image from here. Reset it if you want to start over. Just really cool stuff. The last thing I'll show you here on this front is the batch rename. This only applies to media right now. They say that this is going to apply to more of these content items in the future, but for now it's just the media. So let's just say we want to rename this. So the attribute we're looking to change here, we're going to the name. So how do we want to name this file or rename this file? Let's say it's based on text. All right, so then we're going to just type in our own text. Ryan New gives us a preview here, and we click rename. Let's refresh. There we go. This is our new file. Let's go back to media here. There's our file, Ryan New. If we want to rename it again, maybe back to the way it was, go to original file name, add, rename. Huh. I didn't rename it back, but it could be just something I'm doing wrong. But it's really cool. You can rename the alt tags as well. That's pretty powerful stuff for your SEO there. Anyway, I might have to ask them about that, but that's interesting. Let's maybe try date uploaded. Oh, maybe, you know what? I think maybe I should have done another step. So original file name, add. Yeah, okay, might have to ask about that. So anyway, you see how it works. Let's try date uploaded. See if it'll rename. You can do that with text. Anyway, you can fiddle around with that. I think I'm going to as well, but you can just see it's just super powerful stuff. To be able to rename images in the alt tags, pretty darn cool. Trying to think. Let me look at the guide here real quick and see what I've missed. Done the rename, the search, content folders, the image editor. Done all that, notifications. All right, I think we've done it all. I mean, there's more to it, obviously, but I think we've covered a really good portion of it. Super excited about this plugin. I hope you are too, and hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to y'all later.